Wait, this is chapter 17. No, this is chapter 18. It says 17 here. Don't know why. It's fine. Let's talk about the origin of species. Species are main thing for species is they can interbreed and produce fertile offspring. You can use specialization to make more species. So let's talk about barriers. These barriers will come. We have pre-zygotic and post-zygotic. Pre is before the zygote meets, and post is after. So I want to see you guys' memory. Name one pre-zygotic and name one post-zygotic.
This was on the test also, and I think I got it wrong. So one pre-zygotic barrier could be geolocation, right?
Yeah.
And then a post-zygotic barrier could be like infertility, right?
Reduced hybrid infertility.
The reduced hybrid fertility. Yeah.
Yeah.
The hybrid can't have babies.
Okay.
There was a test question.
It was talking about post-zygotic. I think I could get it up right now. But let's just finish this and then see what we're gonna do.
Yeah, you don't have to. Just go through the slides.
Yeah, let's just finish this let's just speed run through this, and then we might spend a little more time. We'll do something else. Pre-zygotic barriers, we have temporal, which means mating happens at different seasons or times of days. Let's say you're nocturnal and the other person's not nocturnal, you can't mate. Or you mate in the summer and they mate in the winter, you guys can't mate. Habitat, you said geological, which means they're just like separate places altogether. And ecological is like different habitats within the same general area. So let's say you could be an aquatic person right next to someone that's eating grass right next to you. You're in the same area but different habitat. Behavioral is the little or no sexual attraction exists, but which is like you don't like the person. And the second, or it could be mating dances, like mating dances, mating calls, things like that. Like if you like crickets need to make that sound to find a mate, things like that. Or if you can't make that sound, maybe you can't find a mate, so that might be behavior isolation. Mechanical isolation is that your structures don't work. So like your penis doesn't fit in the hole. And gametic isolation is they just fail to unite. The sperm and egg don't unite at all. So let's talk about some post-zygotic. I like this picture. Like, this picture is good because it shows you everything. You got hybrid infertility or reduced hybrid viability. So they die early, or they...
Okay, which one was the donkey? Because I got confused between whether or not it was
this one.
It was hybrid reduced fertility, or it was feeble or sterile.
Reduced hybrid viability is either they die they have a miscarriage all the time, or they fail to reach puberty. They die before they reach puberty. This one is reduced hybrid fertility. This is that they live to be healthy people, but they can't reproduce. And this one is that this one is weird.
What's the difference between hybrid infertility, reduced hybrid infertility, and then hybrid breakdown, like the last two?
Hybrid breakdown is that when you do it, your first offspring are normal, but when that offspring mates again, your grandchildren are either feeble or really weak.
So which one is the donkey?
Reduced hybrid fertility. it's healthy, but it can't make any babies. Hybrid breakdown is that you make healthy babies that can make offspring, but your grandchildren are weak and can't make offspring.
Oh, I see. Okay. Nice. Thanks, Mimi.
So reproductive barrier. Let's talk. This is an example of geographic. There used to be a mountain here they couldn't pass, but now the mountain's gone, so they are now they could interbreed, or if they're too different from each other and they fail to do this, then they're just two different species. You can tell how don't you get creepy vibes out of this? Like two deers are racing. I get weird.
What do you mean two deers are what? Creepy vibes? How?
You see these
racing away?
western deers? They're chasing an eastern deer on this side. Can you see my mouse?
Do it again. I can't see your cruiser.
Mate.
It could be me. It could be the stream on my end.
I don't know. It's okay. It's just a thought I'm having. Reproductive barriers. So prezygotic barriers. We have behavioral. This is an example of behavioral. You have to do a special dance to mate. If you don't know the dance, you're not getting a mate. And reduced hybrid fertility mules because they're healthy, but they can't make more of themselves by themselves. So this is the problem with reduced hybrid fertility. You get a total of 63 chromosomes when you make a mule. You can't chop 63 in half.
Yeah, that's true.
So the key is asexual reproduction because you don't have to deal with all this. You can't, because you don't need anybody else, so you can just make copies of yourselves. So they do not be concerned. So asexual, which means you don't need two people. So let's talk about speciation. Let's talk about speciation now. Process of speciation. You got one population, a geographic or a river appears here in this example, and they're experienced with different mutations, with different circumstances, different natural selection, that they'll be so different when the river dries up, they can't interbreed. That's how you know two species are there, if they can breed or not. That lead to speciations. Either you got a mountain range, or a lake, a glacier, a land bridge broke off, things like that. And allopathic. See, the allopathic is that when you leave from it says, occurs when a geographic barrier physically isolates a population that is okay, this is an example of geographic stuff. Though it's in the Galapagos, it can't reach. It's limited by a species' ability to move around. So let's say if you're a penguin that can swim really far, that range might be further than someone that can only walk. Situations that lead to speciation. We have sympatric and allopathic. This is geographic. This is
sympatric and allopatric.
Allopatric and sympatric. Allopatric, geographic, sympatric, behavioral. Adaptive radiation is this right here. This is one species, but they've been in different environments with different foods, so they evolved to have different beaks. Mass extinctions, a lot of things die, not everything, because we're still alive. And mass extinctions, think of it as like a reset. The dinosaurs, let's reset, and now we have mammals. Because there was a mass extinction, us mammals were able to become, because mammals during the dinosaur age were very small, like mouse sized, because that's how the only way they can survive. But after the asteroid hit, they found all this space and they evolved. So it's just like a huge reset. Extinction, if you live in one area or feed on one planet, you're more likely to become extinct. And losing your habitat, competition, predators, all this stuff. We're done.